transmitting from the front lines of the wargaming world. You are watching Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the OG, the original Grognard. We are having so many sound issues from now. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but hopefully we got most of them fixed. And we're just going to continue the game. Welcome back, Jeff and Keith. And I'm just going to let them chat while I try to figure out to make sure everything's working.
I was about to say, could we identify if people can hear us? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can anyone else hear me?
Well, I'm waiting for it to actually come through. We're waiting for it to actually come through live.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that whole silly 20 to 30 second delay. Yeah. Dead air.
Or if anybody can comment.
Yep, people are commenting, but they can hear me, so.
Can they hear me?
That's why we're not quite to the time.
Tommy, can you hear me? Little off key there. Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yes, you are coming through. I've got the YouTube app going on my phone, and you are coming through loud and clear. So yay! Because I'm an idiot and forgot to push a button when I put the new headset into OBS. Read the new headset and didn't turn any switches on that I expected it to. So I'm going to shut up and let the two gentlemen do their thing, and we'll get right into this. Woo-yah!
He called us gentlemen. All right, we're at the start of turn 2. I am hard pressed to continue this offensive, but I have some smoke. Can we pick the first card, please?
Well, there is a couple things we needed to go over real quick.
Yep. What? Yeah. I get somebody back.
Reports of Oberstleutnant Wagner's death are premature.
Or greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. So he did not get hit by the BMP-2 because he was placed in the wrong hex while we were adding a disruption to him. So the Leo 2 comes back at half strength, and Wagner is still alive. Although they are disrupted still.
They are disrupted. So. Okay.
So.
All right. Time to start.
So away we go.
We will draw the first card, and uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
No, I shuffled them. Jeff saw me shuffle them.
Yeah, well, last week when we picked when there were sound problems, I went first. Wine. Oh, this is a whole new game. That's what we love about this game.
Soviet physicists have been making great strides in time travel.
Exactly right.
All right.
They don't tell anybody that. Of course, this counterattack is going to be, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt.
Let's see. Do I have any? Oh, I don't. Do I have any? No, I don't. Oh, I have what? 2 HE?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's see. What's here?
Nothing to see here. Move along. Nothing to see
infantry
here.
In the open?
Nothing to see here.
Popped one of your artilleries? I thought you started off the scenario with 3.
No, he popped 1.
Oh, did
I used 2. I thought I used 2 out of 4.
Oh, was it 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had 4. I had 3.
I knew you had more than 2 at the beginning of this.
Right. I have my 3 that I'm just chomping at the bit to actually use.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to start off with the T-64 battalion.
All my juicy targets are going to go somewhere.
Because they can either fire and try to knock out Oberstleutnant Wagner, or maybe just go ahead and.
So I'm not sure what you guys can see, but if you can see this hex here that I'm lifting the counter, if I deployed an HQ there, I can see clearly over the woods all of these guys over here. and there's 3 hexes with double armor in them, and I have 3 artillery strikes, and they're in the open, and I'm like, yes, hamburger. But he's now moving,
So what I will do is go ahead and use one of my HEs.
Grr.
Which formation are you activating?
The light green.
The light
T-64
green
battalion.
You can't see him. You can't see you. Oh, you can't see him. That's right. It's only one. It's only one obscuring.
Only one. Okay, so
this one's obscuring, but this is not because it's to the right.
So roll for accuracy.
Shouldn't you be doing command and all that before you bring your?
It's scattered. No, it's scattered. It's scattered.
I'll keep the scatter roll. I'll keep the scatter roll.
We've got disrupted, and we've got.
So this disrupted guy, I'm gonna have to roll. Which guys?
Oh no, the command radius is 4. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah. So I believe there is like a BRDM somewhere. Oh, that should be removed. See, this BRDM is part of this formation as well, but since he's recon, he doesn't need the trace command. So we'll go here. Okay, so let's try to rally the one guy. And he's good.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I think that's a wreck underneath him. Okay.
That's cover we created.
Okay, so I roll a 6, so the thing scatters.
All right. Direction.
Okay, so due up or whatever direction.
North.
Up
so toward D7 is north.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, toward D9 is north. So would you roll a 1? So it goes 1 south. Yeah. There we go. Second die roll. Oh no, you rolled a 1, so you're good. I mean, you rolled a direction 1.
And then I have to see if it scatters again.
Yes.
4 or 5 it scatters again. 6 it disperses.
6 it yeah. 6 it check fires. Check fire! Yes!
Okay.
All right. Bunch of two guys going, yay.
So I have 2. So I have 2 platoons stacked here. So what's the range? The range is 2,
6,
4, 5.
5.
5.
2, 4, 5. No, 6. 6.
Okay, well, 6 is half range. So the regular range is 12. And so instead of hitting on 4s, I hit on 3s. And what I'll do is I have 3 dice with the 1. I'll add 1 die using the other one for volley fire. And then
volley fire.
And then my headquarters for another 2 dice. So that's going to be 6 dice at 3.
Grr.
Doesn't get any better than this for the Soviets.
It does not. Go!
Well, if they rolled better.
Well, no, you know.
4 hits. Okay, no, that's good. I thought I only had 3.
Right, and I've got 4 to make 5. So let me zoom in here to my Dice-O-Matic. And I've got 1 save. So they're very dead this time.
Okay.
So we will take this off here.
You know what that would also mean?
What?
If they were in built up or
you
it would be fine.
Just because you have a new nickname, Grognard Pyrotechnique. You're a pyromaniac.
Yes, I am.
Okay, and we'll lock that down. Good job there, pal.
Cover the hard way.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I want, my range is 6. If I want to hit that guy on the hilltop, it's a range of 7. So instead of 3 5s, it'd be 3 6s. Considering you'd have 3 dice defense, 1 for the hill, 1 for the woods, 1 for concealment. That's not a good play.
So those of you who haven't played Jeff is the king of remembering that if you are not ops complete in cover, that you get a die for concealment. And so I finally remembered after all these years. Yay for me.
Yeah.
Jeff's a good
And
teacher.
of course, and now if I move, he's going to get a pot shot at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I should have done is
a little Milan.
Not really, actually. So we're gonna do this. We'll start with actually let's start with the BRDM here, and he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'll stop there. I was debating if after the HE whether I should just throw down a smoke screen, across here,
Right.
and then move my guys to the bridge. But as always, it is, it's as always it's a bit of a problem. That I'm always wanting to get that kill in.
Right.
So, all right. So let's see. We'll start with these guys. So he's gonna go 1.
Stop. I don't think I can see him. No, I can't see him.
Yeah, he can see him because you're gonna have the woods next to here.
I can't see him. Nobody on the hill can see him because he's behind that woods there. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Stop. 2. Okay, so what's going to do is I'm going to fire at long range with this martyr.
I don't think you can see it though.
Let's take a look. So
1, 2, 3, 4 is
no, you're right. I can't see
5 is blocking.
Yeah.
So you can't see until like out this way here.
Right. So let me see if anybody else can see him. Move back to S12 here for a second. No, you don't have to do that. I can't see him there either. You're too close behind the woods, so you can make it.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid line.
Yeah,
of
this is a pretty
here.
solid line. Yeah, that's really screws me over there. So,
all right, so 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is as far as he can go.
Yeah, where is the bridge pointing? By the way, the bridge only gets 1 hex.
Right here, to where the engineer is.
Okay. So, guys, the new pontoon rules. This is the pontoon bridge, and it has 3 pontoons to make the bridge. If one of them gets destroyed, there's no longer a bridge. They all have armor save values. And then here's the engineer on the other side. He happens to be indicating that that's the other side. He's in improved position. But that's how you kind of know what's going on. But you can also put a bridge marker there with the pontoons if you want for convenience. But that's just, don't get it confused with a permanent bridge.
Yeah. Let's move these a little closer. And, oops.
There you go. That works.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. Engineer is where he's pointing, right?
Oh, 5. He's gonna go here.
I was about to say, yeah, it just suddenly got much more crowded.
1.
Stop. Nothing there. Yeah, okay. So the Milan team up here on the hill, actually I like lifting here, these guys here, they're going to take a shot 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, of course. So instead of 4 to make 4, it's 4 to make 5. You do have reactive armor. So
instead of 3 at 6, I'm going to get 3 at 5.
Right.
Reactive armor.
And I'm going to go 4 to make 5s. Roll-o-matic. Hey, I got to get closer. I'm sorry. It's not picking up my cursor. 4 dice. I'll just roll the green one. 1.
1 hit. Okay. So, actually, I'm going to get 4 dice because I have the wreck.
Okay.
Okay. 4 at 5. 1 save.
1 save. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why my Dice-O-Matic is not working when I hit certain buttons. Oh, there we go. Now it's working again. Okay, so I'm good on my armor roll, which was a 6 out of 7.
Okay.
I mean armor, my ammo roll. I meant
2, 3,
complete.
4, 5, 6.
Be nice to be able to shoot at something.
So Chet had a question about the pontoon bridges. So you can put the pontoons down and then use them right away. So maybe explain how the new pontoon bridges rules work for deployment and such.
I'm going to leave that to Jeff. So
Sure. So basically, I know we explained in the last video that on the flip side of those pontoon bridges are basically the mobile side. The trucks. That they dump the pontoons off of. So to set up a bridge, you got to get next to the river with the pontoon, along stacked with an engineer, and at the end of the turn during the cleanup phase, you're going to roll a morale task check. So the Soviets a 6. If you succeed, you flip it over to its pontoon side.
Otherwise, it stays on the truck side, right?
Otherwise, it stays on the truck side. Correct. Mm-hmm. So, the standard, if there's no special scenario rule, you're going to need to in place 3 pontoons on that same hex side to complete the bridge. And once it's complete, it'll happen. But since you're doing the setup of the bridge during the cleanup phase, you're going to have, it's not like I can activate, set up the bridge, and then roll across right away. It's going to be, I finished the bridge at the end of turn 2. Now during my activations on turn 3, I'll be able to use it.
Right. It's during the marker removal phase, and the Blood and Fury sequence of play has that adjustment. It's basically, you'll see where in the marker phase you roll for pontoon status. You can still use the Storming the Gap and just do it in the marker removal phase once you get the counters from Blood and Fury. Yeah.
So, and special scenario rules may say, hey, you only need 2 pontoons across this bridge, this river, or I suppose it could even be more if you want.
Yeah, if it's a wider river, you might need
crossing
more.
the Rhine or the
Rhine
the
on
Seine.
pontoons. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like a punk band to me.
It sounds like Napoleon at Low Bow. That's a punk band.
and the same thing with how they sit there. So if let's say NATO has an airstrike, they're able to take one out because they're destroyed. A pontoon section would be destroyed with only 2 hits. The engineer, if he's still there, he could just and he has. We have more pontoon assets available. You could just replace that one section.
Right, but you'll notice he's put his zoo covering the bridge.
Yes,
a very realistic move.
Yes. I also have an SA7.
Yes. So.
Okay, so
light green are still moving.
So
yeah, light green are still moving.
2,
wait,
3,
stop on the Rex for a
4.
second. Yes, the martyr can see you. This martyr here. Arrow for those who see it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Just double check. See, it goes. That's 2. That's 2. Yes. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so that's 8. So same thing. 4 to make 5. Oh, there we go. 2 hits.
2 hits.
Much better dice-o-matic up there because it works, but the other one works too.
Okay, so and I'm going to get 4 dice again at 5 because reactive armor and the red. 2 saves.
Ammo check.
Check.
Give me an ammo check here. Set that. Come on. Where's my dice-o-matics doing? 2. There we go. And I am good for ammo. We should be killing tanks.
Well, at least you're not running out of missiles.
That's true. This is the silver lining. I'm just wondering if this plan's going to work.
He's going to go back here. 1. Is there anybody else with missiles left?
Not that can see him.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It is, however, getting crowded by the bridge.
Well, when you have a whole battalion.
Not my problem.
When you have a whole battalion.
Hey, don't flaunt it. You wouldn't have had it unless you picked that card. If it had been my card, I would have dropped 3 artillery strikes on you.
And I believe that's everybody for... And that was the designated formation, so these guys might have an opportunity to activate again.
That's true. Are you done with that formation?
I am done.
Next card, please.
Okay, I got to make sure because I messed that up last time and pulled a card before you were done.
Aha! See, these are the guys that would have landed the artillery, and the guy's like looking through his binoculars going, where'd they go? Well, there's one still left. All right, let me just check on this.
You had a little bit of a slow communications problem. The communication net was overwhelmed, and it would have been a perfect artillery strike, but battalion and regimental just weren't paying attention.
However, if I remember correctly, these reds are part of the light of the tan.
Yeah.
And so they come back. Woohoo! And that means that I can actually fire Milans at them should I miss with the artillery. But it is definitely, this stack here is definitely worth 2 artillery strikes.
Oh, easily.
Not only do we have 2 platoons, we also have his HQ. Very much like to knock them out because that's as good as shooting up the guys who ran away. So first thing I have to do is make sure I have my HQ in a position in which to see them. So I am actually going to move them up here, take them off of the Leo 1. Then I'm going to declare I don't have any undisrupts or anything like that. I don't have any reloads. Now it's time for off-board artillery, right? Okay, well, we will start with 1 here. I'll let somebody else mark it. Now I'm going to make a die roll. All
right, so this is an HE thing, so
this dice-o-matic is not working.
2 left.
My dice-o-matics are not working, so I'm actually going to grab some dice. I can't do that. Could you clone me some 6-sided dice, please, Dev?
They're over to the left.
Oh, I got it. Okay, great. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. All right, we're going to put this over here. And, okay, so I'm rolling 1. And I got a 2. It is on target. It is 3 dice to make 4 against each target. We will start with the platoon on top with the HQ. Roll. Oh, miss. Second platoon. Roll.
Oh.
2, 3. Oh, there we go. Because they all landed on the second platoon.
Okay, so I only get 1 die at 5.
You get 1 die at 5. One die for being armor. Yep.
And there's no cover, so.
And there's no cover, right?
It's about to be.
Right. Yeah, it's about to be Rex.
You got 1.
Ah, so you're alive.
Yes.
I'm alive. All right. I am going to drop a second one on you.
Okay.
Let me see if it lands on target. Anything but a 6. It is on time and on target. Mulligan, on time and on target. And he ain't been that yet. Always a fun time. All right, 3 to make 4. 2 on the on the HQ platoon. And again, he gets 1 because he's armor. Nope. Okay, that's 2. So I still didn't kill him.
No.
All right, I did reduce him. So I do get to roll to see if he is reduced. It is a 1 to 3, he's fine. I rolled a 3, he's fine. Second platoon gets 3 to make 4. It's just raining. Oh my God. 3 2s. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, so the upshot of this is, once he's done restacking. Jeff, what I would do next time is hit the explode stack, and then you can sort things the way you want.
I know.
And then you hit repack, and then there you go. And then Bub's your uncle. You're looking for your HQ. There you go. Now, I want to see what's here. Yeah, go ahead, drop it on there. I want to see what's here and also neaten it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. So what we did was we reduced and disrupted the HQ platoon, and we reduced the guy on the bottom, right? No, we reduced and disrupted him too. Is that right?
Both of them got reduced.
Both are reduced and both are disrupted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, well, because the first one was disrupted and reduced in the first volley.
Right.
And the top unit was disrupted and reduced on the second volley.
Right. Okay. So, that was my second one, right?
Yep. So now we got to move that down
that's
one more.
So basically, now we've got targets for Milans, and it's totally worth it. 1, 2, 3. Right. So this, excuse me, it's this guy's here. The HQ here
were they
is
there
going.
Or were they in A12?
Yeah, I was gonna say they were.
They're in A12.
I think they were
on the edge.
Half X's. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And yes, half X's are playable. Okay, so these guys here. Actually, why do I do this? I just explode the stack to show you. Okay, so I have my HQ on top of this platoon with the Milans. We're going to fire the Milans. The Carl Gustavs can't reach their maximum ranges 4. But the Milans can reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are at normal range. 4 dice to make 4, plus 2 for the HQ is 6 dice to make 4s. And he has special bonus. Let me get one more die here. I'll take one of your dice. Oh, thank you. You cloned one. No, you won't have to take his dice. Roll. Thank you. That's enough.
Yeah,
what I got.
That was a little bit more than.
Yeah, but you rolled all those dice, and they're all 2s too.
Well, those were clones. It's not really rolling.
Yeah, now you can start deleting, right? Yeah. Okay, so I got three possibles.
Okay, so and I'm going to get 3 dice at 5.
Yeah, and this is at your HQ platoon.
All
right. So I killed them both because I killed the top one with 1 hit, and I killed the bottom with the excess hits.
Yep.
So this is a good example for armor in the open. Yes, you are a target. Let me make my ammo roll, which is modified by my HQ. So a 9 or less, and I'm good, and that's fine. And I drop my ops complete on top, and this is what I like about this stacker, and nice, neat, back where it's supposed to be. However, if I want to change this, I can say, no, go on top of that. Repack it, and there we go. It's easy to repack and restack.
You may want to review a little bit what happens to the leader in that hex since both units were eliminated.
If both units are eliminated, the leader is eliminated because there's nothing to, it's considered to be part of the casualties. Doesn't matter whether it was not reduced or it was reduced. If there's nothing left, there's nothing left, and the leader goes with them. So that's the one disadvantage there.
But doesn't the headquarters come back next turn in a reduced state?
The headquarters is reduced permanently and goes into the suppressed HQ's box, which is up on the chart up here.
Yeah. Although I normally put it right on the turn track, so you don't forget
you can put it on the turn track too, whatever's convenient for you. But the idea is that it's not available to come back on this turn. So, like Jeff was remarking earlier, that the light green, because they went as a designated formation, there's a light green card in there. If that light green card gets pulled, these guys are not in command. They have no HQ. It does not come back on until next turn because it is suppressed. So
I will be able to do a task check to see if they put them in command, though.
Right, you'll be able to do a morale training check on each of the units to see if they're in command, but you won't have an HQ. So none of them will be in command unless there's a recon. Excuse me. Okay. That was one.
Or they passed their morale training check.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't think the martyr here has any targets he can see, except for these guys here. So again, if I explode this stack, there's disrupted infantry here. So he's got a martyr. He's got a 20 millimeter. I've got 2 dice to make 5. It's point blank range.
Did you check for your missile?
Yeah, I did. That was the 6 I rolled over here. So, and he had a 9 anyway. So the martyr, we can either take the martyr at point blank, which make 2 to make 5 to be 2 to make 4, which would be an inexpensive way of doing it. Or we could do the leopard 1. I think I want to move the leopard 1. So let's start with the martyr, giving covering fire to the leopard 1. So I'm going to do 2 to make 4. And I see 1, which is all I need if he doesn't. Well, he's in the open, isn't he?
No, I'm on a wreck.
No, we're in a wreck. Okay, so he gets 1 die.
If it was 2 to make 4, you got 2 hits, 5 and a 6.
Oh, I got 2 hits. I'm sorry. So yeah, he's gone because he only gets 1. You can roll it, but You roll it for the drama.
I don't
All right, we
Don't
beat
wanna
back that
waste a
counterattack.
possible good check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
no,
that
it's
was
not.
a recon unit doing a probing assault. I mean, really?
Yeah,
Is it
talk
that
about.
much?
All right,
The one that
all right,
eliminated the
Hey,
Leos.
all right, Mr.
Yeah, the Leo
Scorn.
2s. I'll trade a platoon for a Leo 2s.
Yeah, exactly. Do I don't have any targets really that are not. Oh, hang on. What's him? He's the infantry and the Rex, and I don't have the range from the Leopard 1. I don't want to be up front there with him. I'm going to lose the Leo 1. Oh, wait, I have 2 Leo 1s. Oh, my God. It's my main force. What am I doing? So, could do that. I got to move and fire. Can only move 1 hex and move and fire. I'd love to have like an instant poll. What would you do?
Really? You're asking me what I would do?
No, not
You are in command.
Leo's right
our
down
audience.
the road, assaulting the infantry.
Yeah, I know. But
Oh, I
don't
think
have,
I got.
I don't have any more Leo. The Czechs would have more T-55s. I don't have any more Leos. 1, 2. And that's too close for the infantry. So we're going to try this. 3, 4.
Fire!
And we're doing a move and fire. So when you
No,
fire
wait,
your
I'm
BMPs,
doing opportunity fire.
I know. And then I'm going to fire
Okay.
back with whatever's left.
4 dice at 3. From the BMP. Then here we go. What do we got? 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay. I get 1 for the woods. I get 3 to make 6. 1 for the woods is 4 to make 6. And then 1 because you're firing ATGMs into woods, right?
Yeah.
So 5 to make 6.
It's no.
Oh wait,
3
no, I
to
did that
6.
wrong.
3 at 6, 2 at 5.
3. That's right. 3 at 6, 2 at 5. So let me grab some green dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you should get some green dice then too. If they're.
Yeah, I can't clone. Can you clone me a couple of green dice, please? Off the Dice-O-Matic down there.
Let me see if I can pull them up.
They're right on the bottom.
Well, I'm not sure I can clone those.
Yeah, you can clone them. They're just copies of what's inside.
Oh, I can clone those.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you know?
Okay.
Something new every day.
All right, so this is the new terrain dice. So these are always 5s, and then the blue ones are going to be 6s because that's my armor. And that's basically, this is a prime example of how this works. We're going to roll that. And I got nothing on the green dice, and I got 1 on the blue dice, so that's 2. So I am reduced. I'm going to do it this way.
Flipped and disrupted.
Flipped and disrupted right on top of him. No. I don't know what you did, but I don't know how you got that underneath him, but there you go. Let's do this.
I don't know how it went underneath you.
Right. All right. So now we're going to fire.
Right. Let me roll for my ammo.
Oh, roll for ammo, yeah.
Beforehand. And he's good.
There we go. And now I'm going to fire the other Leo 1 at that BMP 2. Point blank range, 4 dice to make 4. Guns fire.
No effects for moving fire?
Moving fire gives me 1
3.
less
He moved
die.
3, 4.
He moved 4, so he is enhanced movement fire, so he loses 1 die rather than losing 2 dice.
Yep.
So I've got 3 dice to make 4s, which is plenty as far as I'm concerned. 1. I got a ping.
What? I'm gonna get so if you look at this,
You got a 6 and a 5.
1 armor at 5.
1 armor at 5. So
I got 2.
Oh, right, your BMP 2s, your 5s. I'm used to
2 at 5.
6, right. 2 at 5.
It seems like that green dice-matic is the problem. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
Saved ourselves.
The save. Ugh. Crackers. Okay. There goes that. And that is it for that formation. We did manage to gain position, though. First end ops. Half a turn, half a turn, half a turn onward. Flip. Oh yeah, baby. Baby. All right, so this is a little bit of an anomaly. The Milans fired an opportunity fire, came back on the first card, fired again, and now they're back again. So
and they haven't run out of ammo yet.
Yeah, I'm running out of ammo yet. But if I had this infantry closer, I would assault. But now's the time to move and fire.
You do have one Leo that's still disrupted.
Yes, he is. Let me roll for him. Wait, where'd my disruption go?
I think it's underneath. Yeah, it ended up underneath the counter.
I don't know why it keeps going underneath. It doesn't do that. But let me roll. HQ is not there. Ding, 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 ding. So this should be a 7, which he's fine. So he's undisrupted. All right, we'll repack him. We'll repack him. Let's check where my HQ is and see if I want him there with the infantry. Or do I want to swap him to the armor? And I think I want to swap him to the armor. All right. I need to move the infantry up. There's no more targets really. So I'm going to move this combination team. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, opportunity fire.
Mm-hmm.
With the infantry here.
Mm-hmm.
2 dice at 5.
Who are you firing at?
At the guys you just. Oh, it's infantry.
What's your target?
Oh.
It's not artillery. You firing at the Leo, or you're firing at the infantry?
I didn't notice mixed. I didn't notice it was a mixed stack. So it's the infantry with the Milan.
With the Milan and the Leopard 1.
And
it's a combined arms force.
I'm gonna go against the Leopard.
Okay, no guts, no glory. RPG kill manly.
One hit.
Oh, there's 1. Okay, so I've got 3 to make 6 plus 1 for terrain is a 5, right?
Yep.
I wish I could take those rolls, but I got to roll them. Bink. The 5 gets nothing. A save from the 6. Okay. We will fire back with moving fire from the Leopard 1, since the infantry has moved far enough that they would get 1 die. And so with the HE, that's 3 to make 5. It is at point blank because it's well under the 2.5. So that's 3 to make 4.
Wait a minute. Who you shooting at the infantry?
Yes.
Okay, so why it's a moving fire then? So you lose a die, right?
Right.
Okay. So
yes, instead of 4, I'm sorry,
4,
it's 2 to make 4. 2 to make 4. Yeah. Okay, 2 possibles. Right. You have 2 to make 5s. 2 terrain dice. Because it's infantry in city gets 2. Armor in city gets 1.
Okay, so he takes 1.
All right, so he's disrupted. That's good. See, now you're disrupted. Now we assault. Do we do it with the tanks? We can absolutely do it with the tanks, but we're not going to do that because we don't have any support. Let me finish moving these guys, actually. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and we fired, so he stops. The infantry can move 1 more, but I don't want him to. I want him to cover the tanks. So there we go. They're done there. Tactics, folks. Platoon level tactics. Oh boy, oh boy. So Devin would take this martyr, run up this road, and assault this infantry.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat, yeah. Except that I need this martyr and he doesn't. I do, however, want to get him out of the line of fire. But I like the idea of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do like the idea of taking these 2 platoons, and I think we just fire with them. Let's start by getting rid of the BMP. So we're going to fire straight ahead with the HQ platoon for the Leopard 1s at point blank range at this BMP here. Bink. I like to see the counters. All right, so I have 4 to make 4.
It's with the headquarters, right?
Oh, 6 to make 4.
6 to make 4.
Hang on, let me roll 2 more. All right, I got 3 hits, which is possibly overkill against that.
Okay, I got 2 at 5 defense.
Fire, 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 fire.
Oh, that was so close to a second.
Oh, so close. However, enough to kill him and put some terrain in.
No,
there.
you only got 2 hits. You have 3 hits, right?
Oh, wait, you're off complete. You're not disrupted. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you're
disrupted and reduced.
Yeah. So let's finish the job with the other. If the bridge were there, which of course it's not, and that's sort of the point of the scenario. I would just charge across the bridge, but we're not doing that. So we're going to just fire the reduced Leopard 1 is going to fire his main guns. So that's 3 to make 5 becomes 3 to make 4. No HQ on the second guy. Just grab these 3, roll these 3. Oh, okay, 2. It almost rolled over. So 2 more possibles. You get the same 2. Oh, look at that.
Not bad, but
not bad, but not enough.
Not enough.
All right, now I get to put a wreck down. That's really what I wanted to do.
You've created a few wrecks already.
Yeah. Okay, so that was in woods, but it wasn't 3 hits. So there's no chance of fire. Sorry, Devin.
I know. So disappointed.
I know. He just wants to see flames.
I do like to see the battlefield on fire.
Yeah, he does.
Hexy's here. Sexy Hexy.
Hey, Hexy.
Jeff is here watching.
Yeah, Hexy, I haven't caught up in the latest video, but I saw you put one out for World War 85, so I saw the preliminary one. Thank you very much. And I haven't seen the other one. And like I said, if you want to play, if you have questions, if you want to do a voice in the background while you're playing, I can, somehow record with you. Whatever you need. Or if you want to do it alone, that's fine too. But we are available. So what I'm going to do is, so the last thing to do is, what do I do with this martyr? And I don't think I have any armored targets like on the other hill that are worth the martyr shot. Except it's almost worth it to get rid of the BTR. He's going to
assault the infantry.
Yes.
Yay!
We're going to assault the infantry. Okay, so the way this works is that infantry is disrupted. Oh, I see. I didn't know there's a BRDM in there too. Now, see, Devin, you gotta think these things out. All right, there's no terrain for assault.
Do I look like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah, I know. This is no guts, no glory. I'm going to lose this thing. So the idea here is that because the infantry is the BTR disrupted as well.
Which hex is this again?
No, I don't think the BTR is disrupted. I think it's just the infantry. In that case, I would not assault.
Yeah.
In that case, I would not assault.
But I already did it, so I'm going to. So it's not disrupted.
You did it with information.
It's not information. Yeah, it's not disrupted. You only shot at the infantry.
I only shot at the infantry. Okay, so let's say I take it back, but let's show people what it looks like. So the BTR is not disrupted. It has 1 die to make 5. The infantry are disrupted. So normally armor against infantry is not a good thing in assault because infantry get bonuses, especially if armor is alone. However, because it's disrupted, it gets none of those things. And its assault value goes from 2 to make 4 to 2 to make 6. So what I'm up against is 2 to make 6 and 1 to make 5. I have 2 to make 4. So if we rolled this for grins and giggles before I take it back, I would get 1 hit. Now, you don't designate a target. It's the stack that's going to get it, but there's a way to designate damage.
There's a 6.
Jeff rolls a 6 for which? For the infantry? And another 6. So he would have gotten 2 hits. So first things first, I'm the attacker. I got 1 hit. He's a defender. He got 2 hits. He wins because he gets more hits. So I will be ejected from the hex no matter what. But in this case, my 1 hit would go against one of these 2 units randomly. And you don't which, and then you alternate until everybody's the same level. Now he got 2 against me, so I would have been reduced and disrupted and kicked out of the hex. Thank you, Devin.
Hey, I did it with.
I know. But no, I wanted because some people are like, well, what if you have to go in against a hex that has a little extra spunk? This is what can happen. On the other hand, I could have gotten 2, and he could have gotten 1 between the 2 units, and then he would have been kicked out. So assault is really when you want the hex. And can risk it. So, all right. But in this case, we did declare that I was not doing that. I'm sweating over a martyr. Think about the rest of the stuff.
NATO's working on its temporal time displacement devices as well.
Totally. Okay. So let's declare that formation their second and final
Actually, the BTR would have had opportunity fire before you got into the hex too.
That's true. Yeah. So just so you know, if you're ops complete and you are assaulted, you still participate in the assault. Just to be very clear. So sometimes people get everything sort of mushed together. Assault is a specific action that consists of a movement portion where you can trigger opportunity fire up to the adjacent hex, up to and including the adjacent hex, and then the assault itself, which starts when you move into the hex. There's no opportunity fire past the adjacent hex. Whatever happens in the hex, that's the assault. So the rules change there. Move and fire is different than move. Move covers things that include like loading and unloading. Move and fire, the movement portion of that, no, you can't load and unload. It's not part of that. Hex. There's no opportunity fire. Let's keep moving here. Next formation. These guys have been getting they've been stretching their legs. They've got a few kills to paint, around the gun tubes. Devin, may we have the next card, please? I'm watching his cursor track across the map. It's a long way across the map. Yes! Now, Jeff is used to this. I think all I have here is...
anybody who plays the Soviets is used to this.
But boy, when they come back with it, it's like suddenly we have 12 tubes firing. So I have this Luke's Recon and what's left of the Leo 2s, which really want to make themselves felt. But the first things first, we don't need the HQ to go to the Lukes, but we do want to make a roll to undisrupt him, which is a 7, and he makes it, which is not a surprise. Next thing is I have one more HE strike left. And I'm sorely tempted to take out this Sagar because I can see him with the Lukes. But on the other hand, there's that guy there. How many smokes do I have left? I'm looking to see how many smokes. I have 3 smoke strikes left, right? I had 4. Now I have 3. Is that right?
I don't know offhand.
I think you started.
Oh no, I had started with 3 and I used 1. That's 2. Okay. So let's leverage that. What is my optimal thing to do? Do I need the HE strike yet? No, let's hold on. I'm always firing the HE strike first. If I go there, he's going to shoot at me. This thing here is kind of pivotal. And it's the T80 and the Recon T80 and the Recon BMP2 and the HQ. So if I can get a handle on it, I'd like to shoot at it, but I need to, do something about it. I'm not going to fire off-board artillery with these guys. The Lukes, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's recon. He can go anywhere he wants. He doesn't have an HQ radius. This Leo 2.
Can you go back?
Yeah, anywhere you want.
No, never mind. That's not. There's no line of sight there that I can see.
All right. The Leo 2s are like in totally the wrong place. Okay, where I do not want my armor is on a bald hill when he has artillery. I don't want a bald hill anyway, but I can't really. Well, all right. So work with me here. What would happen, Devin? And Jeff will interject. If I went into this smoke hex, now he can fire at me. Yeah, he can fire at me with a -1 because he's firing into smoke, and he's firing out of smoke, so it's -2, right?
No,
it's just the 1.
My hit number goes up 1 for smoke, down 1 for point blank. So I'd be 5 dice at 4.
Right. So this doesn't really do me any good. I do want to get out of there though. So I think that's the priority, is just to get the heck out of Dodge. I could actually assault these guys because I have the HQ. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So this looks better, and I'll tell you why it looks better. First of all, I've got 2 to make 4, but I've got the HQ. Now I've got 4 to make 4. Yeah, he's got his 1 to make 5 and 2 to make 6. That's worth it to me because I need this position. I need to start. I may not need to, I need to start killing him, and assault's a great way to do that, as Devin will say. but I need to take some risks too. I mean, I'm already lost 2 of these 3 Leo 2s. The Leo 1s and Leo 2s are important in this scenario because if one of them gets to the pontoons, that's an automatic victory. I don't see it happening, but they are definitely the units to chew other units up, and they can best defend themselves if you stick your nose out like I just did, basically. Okay, so I'm going to roll my 4 to make 4s. And I manage 1. Oh, that sucks. So he gets a 1 to make 5.
1 to make 5. Nope.
Miss. And 2 to make 6.
1.
All right. So we both got 1. Ties go to the defender. So I get kicked my butt out back the way I came, which puts me in a decent position because now I'm here in the next X. And I am disrupted. And
I'm going to roll 1, 2,
roll
or
random.
3 is the BTR.
Right. He rolls a 2. The BTR is also now disrupted. So he's got 2 disrupted units in that hex. If he had rolled the infantry, they would be reduced. So it's you never know who actually got whacked on that. All right, but that actually puts me in a decent position because there's smoke, and I've got cover, and he's disrupted, and I've actually got somebody covering the approach. I think. No, I don't have anybody covering the approach. Smoke works both ways. All right, next formation. Battlefield event. I do not have the table if it goes to the other side.
I have the table in front of me.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh, I'll roll. There we go. 2 die 6 on the event side. A 5
is cautious approach. Roll for which side? 1 to 3 NATO.
Okay, 1 to 3 is NATO. And I will roll this green die. Oops, I rolled 3 dice. Hang on. I will roll this 1 die here. Green die. And what did I get?
Okay, so cautious approach.
I got a 6. I got a 6. So that's packed, right?
So that means a pact. Yeah.
Right. So once again, he gets an extra activation. Now, cautious approach is you're allowed to do only the things that have movement, but that includes move and fire, if I recall.
Yes.
But however,
you have half your MPs.
Right. You have half your movement points, but if you're doing move and fire,
or move and fire,
you can still fire at the end of it.
Yeah.
But if you're just moving, you can only move, and you can't assault because this is an approach, not an attack. So you can't use the movement portion of assault and then not assault or assault. You just can't. You can't choose that action. Let me read that actually. That says move or move and fire actions. Those are the 2 actions you can do. So no offboard, no onboard indirect fire, just move or move and fire at half. So first you got to pick a formation.
Okay, so I don't think I'm going to have much of an opportunity to really move and fire. So, if I want to do blue, I could try. At least I'll get a rally attempt on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
If I do the
you get a rally on the other time. Yeah,
I get a rally on the T80. And
the consideration.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the consideration is all the way up here, where his tanks are, his light green tanks. He could say, "You're doing it," and suddenly all their ops completes are gone. They may not be able to move anywhere, but then he's cleared his ops complete. So it can be used for different purposes too.
Yeah.
Any questions out there, Devin?
No, not really. Jeff was just saying he appreciated the offer, and we'll definitely keep that in mind.
Very cool.
But
I don't want to interrupt his flow, though. I know that works when you're making videos. It's like you do it your way, and it's all good. And I really love his stuff, so it's like okay. But
so
I'm looking
I'm
going
to
do
the recon. I'm going to do the recon company. So first thing I'm going to do is try to rally this T80.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 dice. With a 5.
Oh my God. You have been really rallying. I have been unable to pin these guys down.
So, and these martyrs don't have Milans. So.
Oh, these are the gun martyrs, yeah.
Yeah.
I also haven't had an activation in quite some time.
Okay, so we're going to start with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go there.
Stop. They may not have, but the infantry have Carl Gustavs. Yeah. So I'll take my 4 to make 6 with the HQ.
Okay.
And see what we can come up with. 2.
2 hits, damn.
2 potentials.
Okay, so 4 dice at 5. One save.
Yes! Disrupted him again. Woohoo! Blink.
So we have a T80. Okay, so the HQ with the T80 is going to go here.
Okay.
And now we'll do fire, moving fire at the HQ stack.
At the infantry?
Yeah. So range is 6 means it's point blank.
Yeah. No, my martyr's not going to fire yet.
Yeah. So 3 dice become 2 dice plus the headquarters is 4 dice at 4.
And I'm in the open, so I got nothing.
Yes. 4 dice at 4.
Ugh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So this HQ is suppressed, meaning it is flipped permanently. And it goes to, well, we're going to put it, we were putting it on the turn track for next turn.
Yeah.
Along with his. And then this infantry goes to the casualties box. And you notice my casualties are pretty even with his. That's bad. That's really bad.
And if I just wish I could do assault with this activation.
Yeah, I know. That was pretty good for a move and fire.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Allow me.
Yeah. Okay, and then so the BMP has a movement of 6, means it only has 3, and it has no moving fire capability.
So having no moving fire capability doesn't mean that you can't move and fire. It just means that if you move
I lose
half,
2 dice.
You lose 2 dice.
Yes. So
always to a minimum of 1.
Always to a minimum of 1, yes.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is if you don't have enhanced move and fire, you can't move more than half and fire. But that doesn't apply here in this cautious approach event that we're executing. The events where they say it's like cautious approach, it's an actual formation activation, but we limit of the 5 actions you'd normally be able to do with the unit, you can only do 2 or 3, depending on what type of event it is. We found in playtesting was a really good way of giving the Soviets possible extra, but not necessarily giving them a full activation. Same thing for NATO. Just having a little half activation can be really good just to clear off the ops completes and get, go into Overwatch effectively. When you clear ops completes, that's what I think of it as.
I'm done. Right. Go to the next card.
All right, next card, please.
Okay.
Oh, ooh. My tornado close air support. Well, yeah, there we go. A little bit of. All right. So first, the thing I do is I grab the tornado counter. So this is a close air support action, and the first thing that happens is we roll surprise and interception. So if I roll a 1, then actually I'm putting this over here. If I roll a 1, then
surprise.
It's surprise, and that means that he will be limited to a single anti-aircraft unit with no additional ones adding any modifiers. If I roll a 6, I'm dead because I was intercepted on the way to the battlefield. Here we go. Roll 3. So this is normal. Yeah, it was. So the idea here now is that I'm going to put this on its target, because it doesn't have a range on it, it's going to be 2 levels above whatever the terrain is. So I could, for example, let's say there was a target in the valley here. If I put them here, the target's at 0. I'm 2 levels above it, so I'm at level 2. But the hill's at level 2, and the woods are at 3. So nothing over here on the other side of the hill could see it. However, there's no target over there.
Well, it's obvious you have to hit that BRDM too.
Yes, exactly right. BRDM, because it's totally worth it with tornadoes. But he's got he's got this, zoo right here covering the bridges. Because the first thing I would want to hit would be the engineers in the bridges. He's also got an SA7 somewhere in there. So the question is, do I want to have no guts, no glory? Actually, I know exactly what I want to hit. I want to hit this. So I place it on the target. It's 2 levels above that. The target's at 0. I'm at 2, which means that nothing, up there can hit, but people who are on this side, if there's any aircraft available. I'm at the same level as the hill. So anything on the hill that isn't blocked by a woods that has an anti-aircraft unit can fire, but individual units can fire their HE. It's just not particularly effective. It's -2 dice and it's a 6 to hit if you're just using the HE of a unit that's not an anti-aircraft unit.
Yeah. So doesn't look like I got any anti-aircraft.
Right, because he's ops complete, so he can't fire anything. He doesn't really have anything he can fire at it, except you can fire
no smoke.
Oh, the smoke, right? Oh, I picked the right target. Woohoo! Absolutely. All right. So if we look at the tornado, Dev, if you can bring that up, with the Alt key and make it big. Same thing. It has an AP value in the upper left and an HE in the upper right. It does have a defense value if it's fired at. In this case, it's an armor target, right?
Yeah.
So I get 5 dice to make 3s. Now what'll happen is I'll make this attack. It's a regular attack. 1, 2, 3, 4 possibles, which is understandable. Let me explode this and see what we got here. So
I just need 4 5s.
Right.
And if there was another unit in the hex, he'd hit. He'd
right.
strike.
He's like artillery in that respect, but it's harder to get in place.
Nothing.
Oh wow, major nothing. Okay, so 4 hits, just obviously destroys the T80, and also the HQ once again is suppressed and will be available next turn, not this turn. Should this HQ's thing put it? So here, I'll show you. So if you always put it on the left, you're getting rid of it. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then you get rid of this, and then I'll pull this. Now I make a roll. I make an ordnance roll. If I roll a 7 and it's not by nationality, it is a 7 for all planes. If I roll a 7 or less, I'm good to go. If I roll greater than that, and they're not 7 or less, so I believe I am good to go. So the card goes back in the deck for next turn, not right now. And I can put the counter back in the holding box. So they haven't expended all their ordnance, and they're going to come around again. Fast movers. Woohoo! That took care of a major problem. Next card, please. The Blues, who are fighting angry mad right now. What's over here? This is the T80 that's disrupted. I'd love to get it.
Yeah, but you got to remember the Blues also don't have their headquarters on.
They do not. That is correct. So I'm going to make command rolls for these guys. So I'm going to start front to back.
Isn't the mortar
part of it? Yes.
113 part of them? Yeah.
Yes. So I need an out of command marker. He's out of command, so that means he's not fighting mad. Command is by hex. Yeah. So this whole hex is out of command. And the martyr, Panzermörser, is totally in command, and nobody can spot for him. Grr! All right, well, the only thing that can happen is that the mortar can move up. I really don't want to move him up because I really don't want to get shot. But I would like to get him somewhere. Yeah, I think we're just going to push up here because there's nothing else to do. The out of command. If I had somebody to spot, I would have done onboard indirect and made the roll to see if I could spot somebody.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for them. Now they should get another activation, hopefully. Ah, the Leo 2s. Right in the middle here. And their Luke's up on the hill here. And I do have an artillery thing, right? I have a HE strike. Oh, man, I wish I could see the bridge from where I am now. That would be so helpful. All right, but in this case, I'm going to
make
this...
attack from the north, there's much more longer lines of sight.
No, I don't want longer lines of sight. He's always doing that.
You do, as NATO, you do want longer lines of sight. You usually have longer range.
Not for an attack, though. So, all right. So I missed the roll to undisrupt this guy, which is really annoying.
Oh, did
so
you
one
really?
One thing about disruption is it doesn't mean you can't move. It just means you can't move closer to an enemy in line of sight. If you move and you end up moving around, into the line of sight of a fresh enemy unit, you have to stop. But in this case, he could actually pull back. I could pull back here.
Might be the prudent thing to do.
Which might be the prudent thing to do, actually. And getting into cover doesn't help when your opponent is infantry. But I can't assault, and it's just really inconvenient. How could you be so inconvenient? 1, 2, 3. You say that's 1 on the road, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna be on these racks 6 because I want to be out of assault range. I respect Jeff's assault range.
I would just say that's only 5 movement points, but you only have 5 movement points.
I only have 5 movement points for him. He only has 5 movement points.
Yeah.
So, the Luke's.
That smoke screen is dissipating at the end of the turn. Just
yes, it is.
Pointing that out.
It is. Yeah, we'll take a smoke. We'll drop a smoke screen here. Let's see if it lands on target. I need anything but a 6.
How are you spotting that hex, though?
With the Lukes. Oh, wait. I'm totally out of sequence. That's off board. It's before I do anything. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about it.
I mean, I'd let you do it, but you can't see that hex with the looks there.
You're correct. I can't see that hex. I don't know what I'm doing. What game am I playing?
Actually, it feels a little bit like drop zone, Raider drop zone. I'm like the bugs here, just bursting
just
out of the pontoon
bubbling out of the pontoons. Yeah, exactly. That's destroyed. That's cultivated in there. Jeepers freaking creepers. All right, just go there. So what I want to do is do this. Drop him over here. Put the ops complete on him. And repack. Okay. All right, next formation.
Okay, so get the out of command markers ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the BRDM. Take off your ops completes first.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have an HQ on this one because it's been suppressed and it's off map at the moment. So everybody's potentially out of command.
So
the BRDM recon. Here, yeah, he's fine.
He's good.
Because he's recon.
Okay, so this guy, we're gonna go 1, 2, and then just
3. Yeah, just down the rows. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. I gotta zoom out to see the map and the die roll here.
Yep.
Okay, so the first one is no good.
Oh, there you go. I'll do the markers if you do the rolls.
Yep, that's fine. He's good.
He's good. All right. This guy. He's good. This guy. He's good. Oh my God, these guys have total discipline.
Well, they got a bit of a high.
Yeah. This guy there. He's out. He's the one across the river. He's the one.
They got excited once they saw the
this is not
Leo's
them, right?
burning.
Yeah, that's the anti-tank. All right, here we go. And this guy here.
No good.
He's out. And the last guy? This is the last guy here?
Yeah. He's
out. All right, not bad.
No, not bad. Oh, the zoo, too.
Oh, the zoo. Okay.
Not that I'm going to move it.
Right.
He's good.
Right. And the thing is, if you are out of command, there's a lot of things you can't do, like move or direct fire or conduct indirect fire, but you can do opportunity fire. Which, yes, it is a variation on direct fire, but you can defend yourself, basically. You may be out of command, but you're not out of your mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop there for a second.
Here?
Yeah.
I'm behind the woods.
Oh, yeah, you are. Sorry, I had to zoom out.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good thing I did not stack these units when I moved them. Otherwise, there'd be a huge traffic jam.
Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that's all we got.
Unless you want to move the zoo. Yeah.
Let's see, the zoo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, your plane already came in, so I'm going to move it, take advantage of that one.
Yeah. And yes, I could have challenged his anti-aircraft defenses and tried to bomb the pontoons. It really would have been risky. First time I get the tornado, it's still a 10-turn game. I'm like, I want it for more than one turn. Needs to do some damage. I'll start at the periphery, and then eventually I'll commit it and go, I need that bridge.
Yeah.
We will trap.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, next card, please. Aha, greenies. About time. All right, so that's these guys. No, he's in. Okay, so the greens are here.
Yeah.
Down on the right here.
They need to get into the action.
Yeah, they need to get into action at this point. They're deployed. They just got to get moving.
They're not. They can't do it. Can't cross that moat of mine. So.
Right. Exactly. Let's get moving. 1, 2.
Aren't there? There's 2 tanks in here.
Isn't that stack over? Oh, yeah, that hex is
over.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't do that. Hey.
You're the ones with the traffic jam, my friend.
3. So it took us 3 to get there instead of 2. 1, 2, 3. We'll take the cultivated.
Isn't it 2 for infantry to move into woods?
No.
Rough.
The only thing infantry pays 2 for is to move up. Are you telling me? Yeah. The only thing they pay extra for is to move uphill. So the uphill charges.
And rough.
And rough. Exactly. This is, the mortar is separate. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. That's it. Next card, please. The recon guys. Call your recon
reduced
guys.
in strength.
Need to know where your other enemy is? Call the recon guys.
Well, that reminds me. I never tried for that guy. This guy up here. See? Okay, so the tanks. Okay, so he's there. The BMPs are recon, so I don't have to worry about them. But I do still have to do the tanks.
Right. What he's referring to is there's a red triangle on these BMTs because they are part of the recon battalion, and we try to make the recon guys purple in all the nationalities so you can pick them out too. But the BMP, a full Soviet recon company battalion here has basically BMP2s that are recon with the recon teams, and then T80s, which are not recon. They actually have a red triangle for their reactive armor, unless the scenario rule says they are, which it does in some scenarios.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
He's out.
Ooh, he's out. All right.
Okay. The disrupted tank. He's out.
He's
But
out.
I'm still going to try to rally him, but now I need a 5.
Right. So when you're out of command and you're trying to go from, oh, look at he did it. You're trying to undisrupt when you're out of command. There's a 1 penalty to the thing. So
Okay.
working as a team here. All right. So yeah, half of his tanks are out of command. His BMPs are never out of command because they're true recon units. With the red triangle, I'm sorry, the T-87 orange triangle for the reactive armor. The BMP2s have a red triangle for their recon capability, and that's on the player aids. So
I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go 2.
wait, where was 1?
Right
Gotcha.
here.
Okay, now there's a huge smoke screen there, so that's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. 2.
I don't have anyone I can shoot. Might as well just
So I
move.
want. Hold on, I'm not sure about that. If I go there, 1.
You can do anything you want.
And I will use my moving fire for, so it's 2 dice at 3 against here.
Oh, that's too bad. That's not cultivated. Okay, so he's firing through here. This is not a cultivated. This is a wreck. So it's obscuring. If there were 2 wrecks on that line of sight, he wouldn't be able to shoot me, but it's only 1, so he gets to shoot at me.
Nothing.
Nothing. Woohoo!
Okay.
Good thing,
Roll
too.
for ammo. But he's good for ammo.
Oh, all right. Well, he's ops complete, though. That was this one or the other
The other one.
This one.
And I don't think I'll use. I think the other guy will stay in Overwatch. Okay. End of activation.
And Jeff's just referring to Overwatch. There's no formal Overwatch. It's just, it means that, you finish an activation, you had not ops complete because you didn't do anything. Effectively, you can do opportunity fire. So that's the way Overwatch works. Oh, good. The blues. All right. So let me roll these commands again. Well, first of all, this stuff this stuff, the outer commands come off because we're going to roll it again.
Yep.
And I'm going to roll the lead hex. And they are good. And the second hex. And they are good. And the mortar is good. All right. We're moving. That's what I wanted. Now, I don't have any off-board artillery because an HQ or a recon is the only one who can fire, or who can target an off-board artillery. I do have as an action, once I get to that step, I can have one of my guys make a morale training roll, and if they make it as a spotter, it's a spotter check, it's what it's called, then my mortar, they can target with my mortar. And I very much might do that. However, what is in this hex here? This is the T-80, right? And he's out of command. This is T-80 here.
Yeah.
He's out of command, but he's not ops complete, right?
No.
All right. So he could still fire opportunity fire. I really don't want the martyr going toe to toe against the T-80, but I don't have a whole lot of choice. It's either, if I move, he shoots me. If I don't move, he shoots me. So my best shot is actually to take a shot with him, and he has 2 dice to make 6, which doesn't get any worse for being at long range. His
you
range
could
is
just
3.
call in a smoke screen from the
or I
mortar.
could call in a smoke screen, or I could just drop the martyr as a barrage on him.
Yeah, but against the tank, that's not going to be effective. Against the BMP, it'd be probably okay. But.
Right. So, but what we are going to do is we're actually going to, the advice about dropping, what we're going to do, the first action we're going to do is going to be onboard artillery, and the lead guy is going to spot if he can roll a 7 or less, which he does. The target is for the Panzermörser, which becomes ops complete, and I can't believe, oh, here it is, because it's firing. The target hex is a single hex because it's the size mortar that it is, And we're going to drop this here. And we're going to roll to see if it's on target, same as a regular barrage. It is off target. And the direction 2.
Onto the wreck.
That's 1, 2. And then we roll for the second hex, possibly. 2. It stays there. All right. So we've dropped smoke there. I should put a smoke marker in there, not a fire for effect. But we get 1 hex of smoke from that. But that's okay. That gives me something. All right. Now, the spotter is not ops complete. The mortar is. But in this case, I'm also going to deploy these infantry and get them the heck out of Dodge. Just going to unload and, excuse me, unload into the rough. Actually gives me some cover behind those boulders. And now they are all...
I'm going to fire on the infantry that's in the rough.
Right. So what he's doing is when you unload, that triggers opportunity fire.
So its range is 6.
Mm-hmm.
I have a range of 3, so instead of 3 dice at 5, it becomes 3 dice at 6. And here they come. Nope.
That's good. Now I actually have to go look at rough. Yeah. So rough for troops, we get a die for rough if we're a defensive bonus of +1 die.
If you were hit.
Yeah, exactly. So now I've got my martyr. You've got your T80. I can't see that, and I can reach the BMP that just fired. So we're gonna have the 20 millimeter on the martyrs.
I think you're gonna clip the woods in M12. That's why I never bothered to fire at you.
All right, so I'm gonna switch to top down, and I'm gonna go grab the straight edge, the line thing. And I'm gonna hope this goes the way I think it does. No, that's not even close.
Yeah.
That does not hit it.
Okay.
Okay. So I go back to that, and then I switch my camera back to third person because I like that. Okay, so I have 2 dice to make 6, which at long range would be 7, but there is no 7, so it's 2 dice to make 6. It's worth a shot. Nothing.
All right. Jeff did have a question from a little bit back that I'm just now catching up on. This is referring back to the airstrike. Does if a unit HE fires at the aircraft, is it marked ops complete?
Yes.
The unit? Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's just like any opportunity fire.
Yeah. Basically, the anti-aircraft fire for the close air support is a single shot. It represents basically this airstrike coming in over the battlefield. It's a single shot from a single unit. Think of it as the primary unit. It is allowed to add an additional die for up to 2 other units that are also within line of sight of the close air support at the target. Which means if you have a whole lot of machine guns, you may want to do 3 dice at 6. But if you have a something that has like 3 dice at 4, and then you add 2 more dice from 2 other units, now you've got 5 dice to make 4 against that close air support unit. So there's a strong possibility you're going to score enough to scare it off or kill it, because it's a flight of aircraft.
And that's a shorthand way to simulate the ingress and the exit from the field, rather than moving it on the rather than moving it along the map and taking pot shots all along the way. We just roll it all into one combat ball and say, that's what you got.
Right. It's not TAC Air, much as I love TAC Air, where you actually like moved across the battlefield and engaged the different things as you came up over certain hills and everything. It's just a quick way to do it. We did have an air game for this, and we went, no, this is not an air game.
Yeah. And the surprise rule basically means, hey, they were able to get into here, unseen really, and that's what you only
right. And also it's a percentage of you didn't locate the target sometimes.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered the question. Oh, that's what Jeff was saying. Yeah, surprise means you can designate a unit, but you don't get any additional dice for anything else because you surprise them. So it's like the first guy who sees him, you at least get 1. But okay, so next card, they are done. Didn't do a whole lot except drop some smoke, but that can be helpful. Green
are moving up.
All right, so the green are moving up, and we're just about in position not them. There, 2 assault. What would Jeff do? They are disrupted, so it's 3 dice to make 6. So I'm going to make my primary strike here and go 1, 2, and assault 3. And all that terrain is
we should also point out that they will not get an opportunity fire because they are disrupted.
They are disrupted. Correct. That's correct. And also, you have to have enough boom points to get into the hex. But infantry, like we said, it's 1 for everything except rough or moving uphill and moving onto a contour.
And they think if it's rubbled, if it's a rubbled hex.
Yeah, rubbled we don't get a lot, but I'm looking forward to one of the scenarios that I should say there's Jeff Fry out there and there's Jeff Schulte here. Jeff Schulte, who right here, who's playing, who does our monster scenarios, has done a scenario for Defensive Frankfurt for the expansion for Storming the Gap, one of the 8 map scenarios, and it's previously fought on terrain. And this is one of the reasons why we designed the rubble markers and stuff, because you can, if you're designing your own, you can put battle damage on there. You can put rubble down wherever you want. You can put burnt out wherever you want, so that changes the nature of the map. So the maps are not only geomorphic, but they're malleable in terms of what terrain you have on them. So I'm looking forward to that scenario because it's got a lot of rubble spread around and down bridges and stuff like that. Well, this has down bridges.
And Jeff does have another question. It's in reference to the blue guys of yours earlier, that the headquarters. Did the blue guys have to reroll for command status? And then he followed up with, if a formation has 2 cards, and I'm guessing he means if both cards are activated, do they get to remove the out of command and reroll? I think
yes.
we just
that's exactly what happened. We did an activation. And he shot at me, shot away my HQ on the first, before I pulled my card. I pulled the card. I didn't have an HQ. I rolled for out of command, and everybody but the mortar was out of command. Their next card came up. The out of commands are removed, and they roll again because they don't have an HQ within command range because he's off the map.
Now, one thing we should probably mention, yes, the HQ, like you mentioned, is off the map. He's still alive, but he doesn't come in till the beginning of the next turn. So even if a unit for some reason has, say, a potential NATO 2 activations and a formation activation, could activate 3 times in a turn, the headquarters will not be on until the next turn.
Because it's suppressed. As long as it's as long as it's not suppressed, there you go. That's the disadvantage of having your HQ suppressed and blown off the map. It's for a turn, basically. Somebody steps up to command is the stipulation. Okay, so this assault. Let's zoom in on this assault here. I'll let Devin do that. I'm going to zoom in myself so I can see what's going on. And again, because Jeff's 2 units are disrupted, their 2 hit goes up to 6. So this has 2 to make 6. This has 1 to make 6. That's 3 to make 6. I have, I have more than I thought. I have 2 to make 4 from this, 2 to make 4 from this, and 2 for the HQ. I have 6 to make 4. Oh, this is the main assault. All right. Attacker doesn't have to roll first. I mean, it kind of does. It says they do, but I'm going to roll.
It's a simultaneous thing.
It's a simultaneous thing, but. And I get, oh my God, I only get 3. However, that's enough.
No, I think you need 4 to kill me.
I think I need 4 to kill him. Sorry, I got 3.
Well, and as long as Jeff doesn't roll 3 6s.
Well, I'm not.
Which you're not. Yeah. Well, you only roll 2 dice. You get 3 dice. Yeah. Okay.
They're all 6. So he got nothing. I got 3. So the first hit reduces. The second it reduces the other one, and one of these guys dies. But because I got 3 hits and he got none, I won. So he's ejected.
Okay. And I'm going to roll another die. 1, 2, or 3. It's the infantry unit. All right, so the infantry dies.
Infantry dies. All right. So what's left is a wounded BTR 70.
Yep.
And so that disrupted BTR 70 has to move 1 hex out of the hex. And it basically has to move. I think we said it was the 3 hexes opposite where the entrance was, unless it couldn't.
So you came from the.
Yes, I came
from 4 o'clock position, so I could go
here.
Yeah.
So he can go here, here, or here. If he can't go there, he can try, but you're not allowed to retreat adjacent to enemy units that are undisrupted, and so he couldn't go here.
Oh, I moved everybody.
That's all right. I'll take care. Yeah. Just pull your guys off the tray.
Well, I moved it to another hex.
So. Oh, that's right. Yeah. There. All right. So that's the story there. So I'm ops complete. He's ops complete. That's the other thing about assault is when you're done the assault, you're both ops complete. You did it again. How are you doing that?
Because I think I'm doing like a little double click thing.
Yeah, don't double click it. Just drop it. Put the candle back. So we're both ops complete. So that's the thing about assault is, you go, I'm going to do assault, and I get bounced out. You're ops complete, and the defender is ops complete. Now, he might be disrupted, and he might be ops complete already, but he's still ops complete. All right, that was cool. That was good. I can't quite follow up there, but what's here? So this is, anti-tank guns in an improved position with anti-tank guided missile ammunition. This is a great target for infantry. However, actually, I forgot. I haven't used a T12 in so long. Its HE is 2 to make 6, so that would be 2 to make 5 if I'm adjacent to him. The anti-tank guided, the cast stats he has with him don't have any, of course, high explosive capability. But he is in an improved position. But boy, oh boy, that's a target for artillery. So the question becomes, do I risk that? And I'm saying yes. So I'm going to move him. Oh, I can't get to him, though.
Yeah, you can't get to him.
I can't get to him because this is this hex already has 2 units in it, so I can't do that. Stacking's live. So we're going to go here. And then, all right. And then these guys are going to move up. 1, 2, 3. They have to move around. Well, actually, the infantry can move there. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the martyr. 3, 4 for the martyr because cultivated is 2 for vehicles.
Yeah.
So, but they can make it. That's the point. Subtleties of move and fire aside. I can't pick it. God, there we go. All right, next card, please.
One thing I do want to point out in case some people have missed it. On the movement value, some of the Soviet units do have the green and the blue circled. Go ahead and explain what the blue circle is, because it is kind of, it could play in this scenario.
Okay, so the background color of the movement, if it's white, you're just a normal unit. If it's blue, you're amphibious. And that means that you could cross this river. If it's blue and green, like the BTR-70s, it is an amphibious transport. If it's green, it's a ground transport that's not amphibious. So that's basically the background circle. So the BTR-70s are amphibious transports. Should he be assaulting across the river, he could use the BTR-70s. Same thing with the BMPs. They're also amphibious transports. Actually, I haven't looked at the BMP-2s for the recon. They are also amphibious.
Yeah.
So really, and of course this BRDM.
Right. The first thing I looked at when I looked at NATO is, do I have any amphibious units? And of course, Jeff designed the scenario, so no, that would make it too easy to get across the river. So I'm fighting my way along the edge of the river, but I'm trying to...
I didn't design the Martyr and the Leopard 2. Don't blame me for that.
I'm not blaming anyone, all right? It's just see, these things slip through, but they're not major errors. You can always fix it with a scenario rule, saying these are the special martyrs that actually work and are amphibious like the real world.
So yeah, not really a situation that NATO has to worry about, but a sneaky Soviet player could take advantage of that.
Assault. Yeah, could flank this assault with some sort of BTR-70, mad rush across this river.
Or a BMP-2 battalion.
Or a BMP-2, exactly. And you've got plenty of both. So, and that BMP-2 battalion's coming on. So could be very interesting. But again, I stated this the first session. I don't know if everybody was in the first session a couple weeks ago. My strategy for this is to keep my guys together along the edge of the river here and chew him up as much as possible because I have 10 turns, and then see about whether I can rush the bridge or, meet one of the other victory conditions of getting enough guys into line of sight of the bridge. And of course, he's going to keep a smoke screen in reserve, so that might be a moot point.
Yeah. Primarch X or Primarch 10, Roman numeral X, is going Martyr Schwimmflugen.
What does Martyr do? Martyr Schwimmflugen.
Schwimmbarn.
And then Jeff is saying, remembering the first time he saw Martyr during Reforger, that freaking thing is huge.
There you go. It carries a 20 millimeter. It's not a small thing. Cool. Okay, so they're done. They earned their keep today.
Yep.
And now this turn's going a while. So now the BTR 70 Infantry Battalion is up.
Yep.
This turn's been going for a while, but we haven't picked that second end ops, and I'm getting activation after activation. And this is where you start to chew up the Soviets, but I need to. You'll notice he still has a battalion and a half left. Tanks and mech.
And he's got reserves coming.
And he's got reserves coming on. I don't know if it's in screen here, but he's got a battalion of BMP2 infantry coming in. So I've still got to be careful, be persistent, and see patient.
So for artillery, I have one HE mission left.
Well, you got some smoke left too, don't you?
Yeah, he has 3 smoke.
Yeah,
left.
He hasn't used any of his smoke yet.
Right. I should not have any HE left. No, I have 1 HE left. That's what I have.
Yeah, you still have 1 HE left.
Right. I think you still have 1 HE left too, right?
Yeah, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got 3 smoke, and he's got 4 smoke.
Where's I think 3. Smoke? 3, I think.
Well, I think my smoke marker's on the MLRS track.
It's possible I may have accidentally put that. Doesn't Jeff actually get another HE strike as part of reinforcements?
Yeah.
Oh, I think maybe next turn I get one.
Yeah, so it's not like even if he uses the HE, he's out. He still has more coming.
Right.
Okay, so my martyr here.
You don't have any martyrs.
No, not my martyr. Before I do anything.
Those are my martyrs.
Okay, so I'm going to leave my headquarters where he is, right here.
Mm-hmm. His BTR 70s.
Okay, and so everybody over here is pretty much in command. So I'm going to then roll to rally this BTR.
Roll to disrupt.
He does not rally.
Ooh, yay. So the normal progress, the reason I want to chip away at him is that because the Soviet formations tend to have a 6 for morale and NATO is 7, the more things you disrupt, the less are going to come back at you, because that 6, the difference in 2 dice 6, anybody's been to Vegas, the difference between rolling, 6 or less and 7 or less is big. So you kind of have to leverage that because you just have fewer units. He was chewing me up to start with. I lost 2 Leo 2 platoons. I've lost a bunch of infantry. I can't sustain those losses, especially in an assault. So I need to start chipping away at him and making him either out of command by killing his HQs or disrupting his units and having them not come back as fast as I kill them.
So we're gonna amphibious move.
No! What, you don't like our side of the river? So the amphibious move costs you have to start next to the river hex, and it costs your entire movement allowance and your ops complete, and it does trigger opportunity fire.
And Jeff just mentioned, Hexy just saw Jeff's comments on my YouTube about contours. Thanks, I would have never looked at it that way from playing other games.
And the artwork does make it look like there are slope hexes.
That's because Mark von Marshall's a brilliant artist. But if I can do a quick sample here, it's like basically the contour encloses a hill, and when you go on that first one, it's pretty obvious you're now on the hill, but the top is plateau-like. So this is the same level. It's all once you're on this, you're at level 2.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the contour and not the slopes.
But you would think, like here in K8, where you've got a graphic of a slope, you would think that's a slope, but it's not. You just got to ignore it. You have to pay attention to the contour lines.
Think of the contour as simplifying what's a slope rather than complicating what's a slope. The artwork is to enjoy, the contour is for your function.
Yeah. Okay. And this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3.
I got nobody who can shoot, do I?
5, 6.
What are you just going to come across the river so we can shoot you across the river?
Hey, if you move
just
into
dead across the river.
If you move in F11, I get a shot at you. It's not going to be a free move for you.
If anything, with that amphibious movement, he's going to be pinning down these 2 companies over here, or 3 companies. Because you aren't going to be able to move out without the threat of him flanking you across the river.
Pinning down is relative when it takes you a turn to come
Well,
across.
yes.
With a BTR 70. Oh, I'm scared.
With the way Jeff's been rolling and the way you've been rolling, I would be.
Well, maybe you could make me second guess that.
I mean, it would make me second guess it. I would leave it. I would leave at least one or two companies there just to make sure I didn't get flanked.
You would just assault.
Well, yeah, but I mean, since I don't have the amphibious, I would have to wait for him to come across the river before I could assault. So
the reason that we tease Devin about assaults is that if you haven't played, and Jeff Fry, you may not have played yet because you just started.
Not yet, but he will face this.
In the expansion, Storm and Steel Second Wave is adding the checks and 6 scenarios for the checks. They're very different. They have a very different flavor because they have different equipment than everybody else. And the maps they're Czechoslovakia and Bavaria, and they are heavily wooded and actual terrain. And actually from the novel Storm and Steel, that's the map area that's covered by that. It worked out really well. But when you get a battalion of T-55 AM2s and they have the woods to approach you, when 10 of them get within 3 hexes of you, it's scary. And Devin, he doesn't bother with shooting. He just keeps moving. He comes through the woods. He takes 1 round of opportunity fire, and the 8 that are left kill you because he assaults. Well, that's why we tease him about it. It works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but we're just jealous.
The biggest reason I love assaulting with Pact is because it is the only time that they have parity with NATO forces. It's the AM2 or the T-64, 2 dice at 4. M1, Leopards, 2 dice at 4. So
he's right.
If I can get up there and get in close assault, I can't outshoot NATO. You can't outshoot NATO. You just can't, unless there's huge, wide open fields of fire. Normally, PAC doesn't have that. So the only way that I have found to even get a 50-50 shot is to just assault, and in that case, the numbers start to make the weight.
Yeah, and it's
assault combat is the great equalizer.
It is, and you got to be really careful. You notice that I mean, I'm in that center there. I was calculating how far his 1 infantry platoon could go because that 1 infantry platoon could give my guys a bad day. And like I said, I can't spare a platoon here and a platoon there. I've still got 3 companies. So I've got a battalion left. But man, I'd love to have those 2 platoons of Leo 2s because that makes a huge difference. Those are real equalizers. And it was my mistake,
you want good. You use them at range. You got to use them at range. You can pick off targets at long range with them. So
yeah, but there's no range here. Right. There's no real range here because if I did come in at long range, he would just hide behind the hill and I'd have to approach anyway. And the northern approach that Jeff was talking about, which is the opposite side of where I'm coming. Yeah, nice long range. And when you have to approach, you're coming across a nice open area. And there's a nice open hill. So there's nothing. There's no cover. Yeah. I'm like, no, I gotta have cover. So I dove into the valley here.
Primarch X just commented, Chex Mix?
Chex Mix. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm all set, gentlemen.
Salty good. All right.
Next formation.
Next card. Last card, isn't it?
Oh, it is the last card.
That should be the. It is. Oh my god.
End ops. Wow.
So that was a full-blooded turn because that second end ops came at the end. All right. So now we get rid of all the ops completes. And we get rid of the out of commands.
And honestly, we got about 15 minutes left, so this is probably a good time to wrap this up. We are stepping into turn 3, and 3 headquarters are going to be coming back. And guards, the second 248th Guards Motorized Rifle, the Soviet infantry reinforcements.
Right. It's a darn good thing I got my tornado this turn.
Yeah.
And it actually did something. It did something really useful. So a lot of times, we've had the larger scenario, like the Rhine, which is the set piece scenario, the big piece scenario in Storming the Gap, the original game. There's lots of close air support for both sides. And I've had it where we've had like two A-10s and an Alpha Jet or something. Something like that. And I've had all 3 of them shot down in the first 3 turns. Like, what good are these things? They're on the ground. Okay, so the smoke thinning, the way smoke works is there's a smoke side and the reverse side is smoke thinning. And actually, smoke thinning means the smoke screen goes away. My mortars fired smoke. Now it's smoke thinning. Smoke thinning is the same as smoke in terms of effect. It's just a way of indicating that it's 2 turns long.
Yeah.
So my nice center smoke screen has disappeared, but I have 3 more where that came from.
Okay, so Jeff is also asking another question. Explain to me the HQ being left on the EO card.
Okay,
and...
so here's the deal. Let's so when if the end operations card had come out, say, halfway through the turn, and let's say my guys here, these blue guys, they never got to move because the second end ops card came out before either of their cards came out. So they haven't moved this turn. So this is a mechanism to say you're going to move at least every other turn. So what you do is, when that happens, for any formation that hasn't gone at least once, and that means if it's a designated formation and it went, it went. If it's something from the event table, it went. The battlefield events, it went. As long as it hasn't gone at all, that's 2 cards for NATO, 1 for PAC generally, then it must be activated the next turn. The way we do this is you take the HQ, you take all but 1 of the end ops cards, because sometimes there's 3 cards and sometimes there's 2. Most of the time there's 2. But you take all but 1.
99% there's 2.
Right, 9 is 2. But say you had 3 and you take 2 of the 3 and you set them off to the side and you put any HQs that didn't go this turn on them. Now, the idea is that you physically removed the end ops card. Until the second end ops card is drawn, the turn cannot end. So their formation cards are in the deck. Their HQ is on this stack of 1 or 2 end ops cards. When their formation card is pulled, they are allowed to deploy from the card to their units, and now they're going. When all of the HQs for both sides come off of that end op card or 2 end ops cards, at that moment, when that last formation is activated, those cards go back in the deck and you reshuffle, and now the turn can end. So the turn can't end until everybody who has an HQ on those cards from the turn before, because they didn't go, has gone. It forces a formation to have the ability to go, have to go every other turn at a minimum. Well, I know that's a long explanation, but does that make sense?
And really, when you get down to it, the simple fact that NATO has more formation cards than PAC, it's possible, if this mechanic were not into play, you could go 4 or 5 turns with some PAC formations never activating.
Yep.
I mean, it is conceivably possible that if you didn't take those cards out and that they were guaranteed to move in the next formation, it would severely hamstring and hurt the PAC player.
Yeah, we had to put a mechanism in for that because it makes sense too. I mean, it's sort of a buildup of supplies and command decisions, and they're moving slowly, but they're moving eventually. It's just modern combat in that respect. Somebody will say, "Well, my HQ's not on the map, so I'm not getting a bonus for that. Why am I penalized if I didn't go?" Well, what it represents is your guys were slow off the mark. That's why the HQ is off the map. You haven't made the decisions to go. So yeah, you don't get that. Your HQ is basically trying to decide what to do, trying to implement a new part of the ops plan, if you will. So yeah, it's a minor thing. You don't have a bonus of 1 or 2 dice, but yeah, you don't get your HQ bonus while it's on the end ops cards. But the mechanism means that the pact is not going to be hamstrung by, they've got 5 formations on the map, but none of them went because you pulled 2 end ops cards and NATO went, 3 times. And they're like, well, what am I going to go next? Well, you're absolutely going to go the next turn. Unless there is no next turn. like turn 10.
and he said, got it. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yep.
So if anybody's got any last minute questions or comments or anything they want to ask Keith and Jeff, go ahead and lay them out. Yep. We'll give about 15-20 seconds because people have to type and there's that delay in there.
15-20 seconds. Pressure. So much pressure.
I will take this opportunity to promote that we're putting out 4 new scenarios for the Defense of Frankfurt expansion. One of them's another 8-mapper monster scenario, and then there's 3 other 2-map scenarios of varying sizes in terms of forces.
I thought there was a 4-map scenario.
I'm sorry. There's an 8-map, a 4-map, and 2 maps.
Right. So there's a nice variety. But if you're looking for another monster scenario, it's in there.
Yeah. And I tried to use all parts of the map that may not have been used, in the other scenarios. So.
Right. And I think Hexy out there, I'm looking forward to your gameplay videos for the one scenario is the 4-mapper, which is a huge Soviet assault column coming down the road, and the West Germans hitting them in the flank, and it's called the strike in the flank.
It's a Soviet column caught in road march.
Yeah, there you go. Soviets are great in road march until they're flanked.
Primark X had another question. More of a question for Dave, but with the possibility of longshoreman strike, the game is coming in onto the West Coast, right? Yes, the game should always come in from the West Coast because they're coming from China. When Bitter Harvest was shipped to us, they gave us the wrong ship name like 3 times, and we kind of noticed it when one of the ships started heading for the Horn of Africa. And it's like, I don't think that's supposed to be going our way. But yeah, they'll either come through Los Angeles or they'll come through Puerto Tacoma, which is about, 15, 20 miles away from I am. If, for whatever reason, they do manage to make it through Puerto Tacoma, like they did when Storming the Gap came through, I will go down and take pictures of the ship because there's a observation platform that you can go up to and see all the ships that are in the Puerto Tacoma. And I took pictures of the ship that was bringing the Storming the Gap stuff last time. So more than likely, it's going to go to Los Angeles. That is if the longshoremen don't strike. Might come in through Puerto Tacoma. Again, that is if the longshoremen don't strike. But even if they do strike, there's always people that are going to work. There's going to be people that don't cross the picket line. It'll just get unpacked a lot slower.
My understanding is... No, go ahead.
If the strike happens before the game shipped from China, they're still going to come from the West Coast, and they're just going to sit off the shore until it gets all... figured out. The strike gets all figured out. So.
As far as the strike goes, my understanding is, unless this has changed in the last 2 days, is that the strike is for the East Coast and the Gulf Coast.
Correct,
they're not.
They have the West Coast is showing solidarity for their Union brothers. So I mean, yeah, all right, cool, I get it, but whatever.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's about all the questions we had. Jeff and Keith, you think we are going to do this next week, or do we want to put a little break in between? Your call. I'm here all the time because I have no life.
I'm here all the time, too.
I actually have to check my calendar because next week may not be a good Friday night.
That's fine. Check your calendar. And
there are those rare moments when I have a life on a Friday night, but they'll come often. There you go. No, I'll get back to you soonest on that. Because I really would like to continue this. So I'm probably going to watch one of Hexy's videos when I'm done here.
See, I already watched Hexy's videos before we started playing tonight. So.
Oh, there you go. I was at dinner and I caught the one headline. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Alrighty, well, I guess that's all we have. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below, and I'll talk at you next time. Here's the outro.
Well, that will end this gaming session. May God bless you and keep you safe until next time. Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is a Lock and Load publishing production.